Question of the day. If you're an introvert or an extrovert, A, question of the day part 1. B, what is your best way to recharge your batteries, right? If you're an extrovert or an introvert. Now, don't do that thing where introverts dunk on extroverts and extroverts dunk on introverts, because I am an extrovert. Shocker if you've met me. Carla, on the other hand, introverted. And we work well together. Because today we're talking about a place for all my books. This is such a delightfully themed game. You literally got a bunch of books, you got them in your house, and you got to buy more and read them. Stuff like that. But let me know in the comments below what you like to do to recharge your batteries, because that is literally an aspect of this game, is recharging your social battery to go outside through the wonderful world of books. Let's take a look at this game. We'll come back up, talk final thoughts right now.
Alright, this is a place for all my books set up for 2 players. Really, that doesn't so much matter except for the sun tile here. This is how many rounds there are in the game. It is a worker placement game, single worker placement game, where you can move your character to a new location. You can't stay in the same location. You have several actions here at home, as well as your home where you put your books. You'll start with a certain amount of books. Each player color starts with a separate number of books, and they start with a certain bonus during the admire action based on the amount of type of color of your book. So if I admire and I'm green and I have the most green books in my collection, then I get more points. We'll talk about that, what that does. The social battery. Again, this is an introvert's dream. You're going to boost your social battery up till you have enough points to go out and spend it in town amongst people. I think that's fantastic. Let's talk about these actions first. Sort. You can pick up a stack of books and distribute them to the top of any stacks or empty spaces. So I would pick up this stack of books here. These can be 6 high. And then I would distribute them out through the areas. Now, why would you do that? Well, you have little projects which involve certain placements, certain types of things. So you're trying to manipulate your stuff and move them around enough to be able to put things where you need them to get points for these. Because these will give you points typically, and either other neat stuff and social battery points. The other thing you can do is gather. You'll take the top off of every stack you want to, any number of stacks, and you'll place them into one stack. Obviously 6 high is the max. So I can take this, this, and this and put it here, or something like that. Admire is you're going to finish these little projects here, and that's how you get those scored. Rest, you'll gain 2 more little projects and 2 social battery. Then you'll discard your cards back down to 5. Read a book. I'm reading the book. Gain 2 points of the social battery and move 1 book from anywhere onto the top of your nightstand. The nightstand matters because A, it's thematic. That's where we put books when we read, typically. And B, one of the actions out here is the exchange. Return any number of books from your nightstand to the bag. Then take that amount plus 1 of any color from the bag. The reason you want books out here, aside from the fact to score these points on the cards, is that every book is worth a point at the end of the game. So obviously you want books. Really and truly, you could have as many books as these would hold times 6, but granted, you're not going to have enough actions to do that. Leave the house. Here's where it gets a little tricky. You're going to spend 5 battery, social battery, to leave the house, and you'll take an action out here. Now, you don't have to immediately come back, but you can. And if you bump someone, you bump them to the park where they go and read and gain 2 energy back. But each of these spaces out here costs social battery. Some will be buy a little project and books from the bookstore. The village shop will let you buy neat stuff. And now these all score differently. Some are board games, some are bookshelf stuff, some are cats, and the cats will go out onto the board and you put them beside your rooms. Just all sorts of great stuff. Gain 2 books of any color from the bag. Different ways of scoring and different really cool stuff. There's actual board games in here. Anyway, each time you take the leave the house action, you'll move the sun token. When the sun token hits here, you'll take 1 final round, and then you'll score points based on the little projects that you have scored, based on the neat stuff there, and then based on the amount of books you have. Then person with the most points wins the game.
All right, that is a place for all my books. First of all, theming in this game. I love a delightfully mundane theme. Now, don't hear that as an insult. To me, games about farming, games about fishing, although I still haven't seen a great Agricola-style game just about fishing, right? Games about reading books. Games about putting on a magic show. They're normal activities as opposed to like slaying dragons and monsters. I would rather play a farming game or Scythe's close enough, you got battles in it, all day over like Slay the Spire or something like that. Those are great games, but the theme-wise for me, I'm attracted to mundane themes for some reason. I don't know why that is. But to me, the theme in this is great. It's not just about books. It's not just about collecting books or making a shelf, although this would be a great addition to my shelfie, right? But this is a game about a collection of your books, where they are. Because if you are a book lover, you know they just sit around the house. I mean, there's some right here, literally. They just sit in different places. And I love that the nightstand is specifically the place where books go after you've read them. Because as you all know, once you put down a book, it doesn't go back on a shelf or anything like that. It just stays on your nightstand until eventually you get rid of it. One way or the other. If it's a library book, you take it back. But the theming in this is perfect. Now, as an extrovert, I really enjoy being around a lot of people, but I know Carla really loves to read. She loves to be like in her zone reading, and it recharges her, and she can kind of just get her batteries back by that. I think this game does a really good job of not even abstracting that. Like, yeah, it's abstract, I guess, because it's a game, but it takes that idea of, hey, I got to build my social battery back up before I go out amongst all these people. I'm going to read, I'm going to do some stuff in my house, I'm going to admire my collection. I love that, right? The mechanics of this game are great. I love the simple worker movement, right? You can only do one action on your turn. You can move to a new space. You can't do the same action twice. And then once you've built enough social battery, you can go to the town. But then going to the town costs the game rounds to drop down. Collecting the things is great, right? I love the whole like another neat thing or whatever they're called. I think that's such a cool little addition to scoring and also other simple little bonuses you can get. The scoring of your collection is great. And I love how it works together. No, it doesn't really make sense to score points for having 4 red books in your kitchen and in your dining room and in the corners, right? But it works, right? Those little things work. But the ones that are like, have a certain level of books this high. Again, that doesn't work in real life. Like you would never be like, okay, I have a book in that room, book in that room, book in that room, 2 books high in that room. That doesn't make sense. But it works mechanically for the game. So if you're going to compromise in one area, that's the way to do it. And they did a really good job compromising that area of going, okay, still got to have some game mechanics here that might break the theme a little bit, not terribly much. This is the one. And I think it's fantastic. As far as the art, I love the art. It's actually really, really well done. I love the pastel color scheme of this. It's just a peaceful game. Like this is a soothing game. And the whole point of this game is about soothing, right? It's about enjoying your books, enjoying your collection, admiring your collection, building social battery to go out. I think there are very few games that the entire theme, total package, Lex Luger, really fit from art to everything. I think that's the name of this. The heart behind this game is soothing, and I think they do such a great job, even in the art. The little like cards for the neat things, they're just so well done. So the art in this game is fantastic. Gameplay, I love it. I love how it plays. At the end of the day, the rule book's great. It teaches you everything really easily. This is a solid 9 out of 10 for me. I love this game. The only reason I didn't get a point off from being a 10 out of 10 is because you're going to find that eventually you kind of, it feels a little rinse and repeat. Not to say that because the cards do add variety and the scoring cards add variety. So you're going to be changing what you're doing, but there's only so many things you can do. And certain actions you're not going to do very often. So it feels a little rinse and repeat there, but I don't mind that. I think this is such a good, soothing game. It's a very fun game. It's actually deeper than it looks at first. And then there's multiple ways to score. You can go for these cards. You can go for having the book collections. You can do all sorts of things. So fantastic game. A place for all my books, 9 out of 10. I'm Bryan Drake here on the Dice Tower. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Dice Tower Bryan. And make sure to get your Dice Tower cruise orders in now because cutoffs come very soon for those new door magnets and those new premium cruise shirts. We'll see you soon.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Bassel.